Good morning and welcome back to the Dewey B channel. This morning we're out in a local park, an area that I haven't been to, scouting out potential, different location, different compositions. It's a bone-chilling 15 degrees this morning. Sun's just coming up over here in front of me as I walk around looking for a potential photo. I'm going to continue this little stroll here for a little bit and see what I can find. Once I find something, I'll get back with you and we'll show you what I've come up with. So stay tuned. Found a composition here. If I can turn the camera on here and you can see what I'm looking at. Let's see here. Trying something new this morning. We'll get into it or what I'm using here in the future, but needless to say, I'm still learning. All right, so what we've got here, as you can see, is a small stream running through the park here, and you can see the reflection of the trees and the sky and everything around it. You can also notice, because the temperature's so cold, that the water's actually a little frozen, so there's ice actually floating down the stream itself. So what I'm trying to do here is capture this, the reflection along with the ice and the moving water. So far, I've set up and taken a couple pictures, just the usual stuff, f11, ISO 100, and then just adjusting, as the light changes, just adjusting the shutter speed. Now, as you do that, obviously, you pick some things up, you lose some things, but we're certainly trying it here. Let's see if we can. See if I can change my back eye. When it's so cold out, it's really, really hard to even feel where your finger is. All right, so here we go. See if I can get this turned around so you can see. All right, so this is the back of my camera, so you can kind of see the sun and the reflection of the clouds in here, and you can see the ice as it's coming down, somewhat, in the stream. And then we just, take a look and see where we're at. Now, you'll notice my focus point is all the way down here in the corner, and that comes from the way I have the camera set. When it goes to sleep, it all automatically moves that focus point out of the way. I probably should change that. All right, there we go. Probably should change that a little bit, so it sets up more towards the middle, but we're looking at a 2-second exposure right now. Now, what I really wanted to talk about today is the filters that I use, all right? So this is a Kase Wolverine magnetic circular polarizer, and this is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, very important thing, all right, to use. And if you look out here, you can see that when I put this on, it's a magnet. It just magnetizes itself right to it, all right? And then you have the ability, with everything that's in the kit, and I have what's called the landscape kit, that's this thing right here, all right? I have the ability to, use the filters that come with it. Now, what I've got in here is I've got a 3-stop, a 6-stop, and a 10-stop neutral density filter, all right, along with the circular polarizer. And you can use any of those 4, or you can stack them, all right? And so if you need, let's say, to knock more light out, you can stack a couple of different filters on top of each other to give you a little bit more blockage of the light, so you can slow your shutter speed some. And that's the main thing behind these, is just when it's a little bright out and you want to slow your shutter speed, you use these to darken up your lens a little bit, and then you just make the adjustments and it'll shorten or slow down your shutter speed. All right, the nice thing about these is they're magnetic, so you can just pop them on, and you can put multiple or stack multiple on top of. Now, when you're doing that, keep in mind that especially when you're in a wide angle lens like I have here, a 15 to 35, you're going to vignette. You're going to, because they're stacked out there, you'll see some of that filter actually on the outer edges. So what you're going to want to do is either crop it out, or you're going to want to zoom out a little bit so you lose that and it's not there. That's really about the only negative to stacking, filters. I don't see really in this set any really loss of image quality of any type. I mean, the image quality is pretty decent. These are an incredibly good set of filters. They came highly recommended from a gentleman by the name of Nick Page, who has a YouTube channel. By all means, if you want to check him out, go right ahead. I'll try to put a link to his YouTube page, in the description. But he recommended these to me. I've been using them ever since. It's been almost 2 years now, and they are fantastic. Now, prior to this, I tried a lot of different filters. All right, nothing I was ever really happy with. I found them to be a nuisance of pain, especially the screw-on filters. They were just a real headache. I happened to watch one of his videos where he was using this exact kit, and I thought, those look kind of interesting. So I just started communicating with him, and he explained why he liked them, and I went and bought them. Now, these are not cheap. This set's about $500, maybe a little less depending on where you find it, maybe a little bit more. I found mine on Amazon. I'll try to put a link for this as well in the description. All right, and I think I paid right around $500 for them, but I've been using them now for almost 2 years. They are just terrific filters. All right, they will definitely do what you need. All right, in situations where you're trying to block out light or you're trying to get rid of glare using a circular polarizer. Now, that being said, there's a lot of different videos out on what type of filters you need to use or what type of filters you should be using. All right, I'm not going to kid you. There's only one real filter that's super important, I think, to a landscape photographer, and that's a circular polarizer. Now, the ND filters, some of these, ND grad filters, things like that. Yeah, you can use them. Yeah, they can definitely help. But a lot of that stuff you can also do in post-processing. So it doesn't make it really important. But the circular polarizer, cutting out that glare, you can't do that in post-processing. So you absolutely, want to have that for your kit. Beyond that, you don't really need some of these things. But the circular polarizer is absolutely critical. The nice thing about the Kase Wolverine setup is it's magnetic. You just pop it on there, and you don't worry about it. So my advice here is make sure you've got a circular polarizer. If you want to go all the way to a full kit like this, which is terrific, all right, by all means, it's worth every penny. All right, so don't be afraid to spend the money and wonder if it's going to work for you. It's worth every penny. All right, so I'm going to throw an image or two in from this morning here at the end. As always, though, I want to encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, or a thumbs down if you don't like what I'm putting out there. I try, but certainly understand not everybody likes everything. But a thing I want to do is I just want to encourage you to, to subscribe and comment, and bring more visibility to the channel itself. We're up to 51 subscribers as of this morning, which again, I didn't realize. I thought I'd get none, and here I am not even a year later, and we're up to 51, which is great. But I love to continue to grow it, love to continue to, bring more people involved in it, and, comment on things that you think that maybe I should be working on, things you agree with, things you disagree with. Don't be afraid to throw those things out there. I try to respond where I can, and I like the opportunity to see what other people think or hear what other people think. So it's cold. I'm not going to stay out here too long. I mean, it is definitely cold. My fingers are freezing even with my gloves on. So, thanks for your time. Thanks for coming along for this lovely little adventure. As always, remember, get out there and use what you have. All right, don't worry about having the latest and greatest of everything. And more importantly than anything, just get outside and enjoy life. Life is way too short. Take advantage of every opportunity to just enjoy it. Thanks for your time, everybody. Have a great day. Until we get a chance to get back together here again, thank you very much.